Hey and welcome to my channel. Today's video is on what your ancestors want you to know. So I'm going to be using my Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck, which shows different cultures and ethnicities. So if your group has a culture that's not your own, please still be open as the message may relate to you. Or it may even be an ethnicity that you had no idea about. I mean, I did an ancestry DNA test and I had no idea it was 8% Spanish. I was like, where the hell did that come from? So, please still be open to the message that you chose. And please remember, these are general readings. So if you don't resonate at all, please just move along and hopefully my next video will. I have 5 groups here today. Group 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to give a few seconds for you to work out which group is calling to you, or you can pause the video if that's easier. Okay, group 1, let's get into it. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So with the Ace of Pentacles, it's kind of like a new journey, a new start to something. See, the gates are opening, so you may be taking a new path in your life, like soon, or at the moment, or just recently. But anyway, the gates are opening to you, and you're going to enter and be in something new. This King of Pentacles, I feel like, is further down the line. As you can see, he's got this treasure box of glory and everything. And while you may think that you've found the treasure may be this pentacle, it may be something else. You may have been desperate for money, been desperate for treasures, but later on you realise that those treasures kind of mean nothing and this pentacle is the true gift of life. So as we can see here again with the pentacle, it's up, kind of you're focusing, you're walking through the gates and you want to reach up and grab that pentacle. So it may be that you may be struggling for money or wanting money, but later on this new journey will show you that there's something more to life than riches and gold and, kind of being number one, I'm also feeling. But we'll see what the other cards say. So we have Druid, hold the space. So, and maybe when you're older, you may realise this message when you're quite old, that maybe you worked your whole life you're going to work your whole life in a minimum wage job sort of thing, or a low income job, just to try and get by. Maybe you take up a career you absolutely hate for money, and it takes until you're older to realise that that stuff kind of meant nothing. So maybe your ancestors want you to not go down that path and follow a new path, a path of happiness, a path of doing things for joy. And we'll see what the next card has to say. We've got House's card, responsibility, success, become a person of power and status. And that's your red side, so that's kind of the side you maybe are in at the moment. And your destiny, where you're going, your career. So this is a very you're a very responsible person, and that, like I said before, that you might be working just a minimum wage or a low income job or some sort of job that you hate, because you're responsible. You know that that's the right thing to do because you don't want to be starving on the streets, kind of thing. And you're very successful in it. You're a person who maybe wants that status, that power, like I said earlier back here, being number one. But maybe your ancestors want you to know that that's not the right path even. It's not going to lead to a path of happiness. And when you're an older person, maybe you'll look back and be depressed, be sad, wish you had done things differently. Maybe wish you went to that party, wish you went to that class, I don't know, maybe an art class or something like that. Something that you were like, nah, I don't want to go to it, I've got to work, or oh, I don't have that in my budget this week, I can't go out. But the thing is, although money is nice in that when you're younger, when you're older, it's the memories that you want. And yeah, you could be like, oh, I bought a cool car when I was 20. That's nice, but it's not a memory that you'll sit down when you're an old person and think fondly about. You'll kind of just be like, oh, yeah, that was kind of cool. Like, it's not something you're going to be, like, just remembering and so fond of. And so, yeah, I don't really, hopefully I'm articulating what I'm meaning, but yeah, I just get the feeling that your ancestors want you to stop holding on to this money side so much, because you've got to think about your future more as well. What do we have here? We've got sacred pool. So, oh, can you see? Yes. So sacred pool, like, you could kind of see the sort of angels and the spirits lifting out from this young girl in the pool. So I'm getting that your angels and your ancestors and your spirits are trying to guide you to relax more, to stop worrying and do things that give you enjoyment. They're trying to guide you away from this path of trying to be a bit power hungry and even just trying to worry about money, and they're trying to guide you to just be calm and peaceful and go out and do things that will bring your soul happiness and joy. Passion ignited, and partnerships and alliances. So maybe when you go out and you come, you do things for fun, you may find a new passion and a new hobby in life, and maybe it will lead to a good friend or a partner, someone who, or even you'll meet someone who can really help ignite your passion and help take you away from these money worries and this need to be on top kind of thing. But I'm getting the feeling that, once you stop being so uptight a wee bit and let loose a bit more, you may find a passion that you never knew you had. Turn on the light. So I'm getting that the sense of, like I said before, maybe it's either like some people are a wee bit like power, they want that status, they want that number one, and the others are this way because it's for a need. It's because they can't afford to be they need that money to survive. So this is kind of saying that you don't need to worry so much about money. Just take time to find passions, and take time to relax. You don't need to be this power hungry, power status, or this desperate need for money. Your ancestors kind of want you to know that at the moment that may be important to you, but just think about when you're older. Is it going to be something is your life going to be something you'll look back on and have fond memories of? So that's what I'm picking up. Your ancestors they know that you need to, pay the bills to survive, and that they know that, but they just want you to know to also take time to do things that you'll have memories of, that you'll be fond of, something that you'll treasure forever kind of thing. They don't want you to be struggling and power hungry sort of thing. They want you to know that status doesn't matter. They just want you to know that memories are worth more than that flash car. So now we'll move on to group 2. We have the Ace of Wands and the Five of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is kind of in this cave alone, and aces are normally starting something at the start of the journey. So maybe you're alone at the moment, or you need some alone time to kind of spark a passion, to spark a joy, or maybe an old passion you had is going to be reunited. But with this Five of Wands, it's kind of like this empty field, and it's in the Pentacles sort of shape, so the money sort of shape. So maybe you're good in the money side of things, but if you look, the field is empty. So maybe it's that, you worked hard for money, or you've inherited money and you're really into it at the moment, but the field's empty. You kind of don't have anything else apart from that. Or it could mean that, this passion will lead you to money, but don't get so held up on the money side of things. So don't just focus on that, because you may have such a passion that you started here and you may forget everything else until you're just left empty and alone. But we'll see what the other cards have to say. I don't want to be too much of a Debbie Downer. So we have Trader. Exchange energy to create abundance. So, like that sort of thing. Maybe it's that you've, like, this new journey has made you be able to create something, maybe start your own business, and you're always, meeting new people, always, kind of taking, maybe you have a desperate need to be on top, to be number one. Maybe you're someone who kind of has that, like, leader, number one sort of energy, and you're really good at creating money, you're really good at that side, but your ancestors may want you to know that you may have all of that and you may have all those skills, but you're still left alone in this cave, or left alone in this field, empty, with nothing else. So, what else do we have? We've got the planets card. So communicate, analyze, let your mind tell you how to. And on the flip side, the awareness of many thoughts about or from, and many words. So it's a very communication type card. So like I said, maybe you're alone in the future or alone at the moment, and your ancestors want you to know that maybe communicating is something you need to do more. You need to worry about others more, because I'm kind of getting the feeling from these cards that you're kind of someone who wants to be number one. They want to be successful. They want to be, looked at as this great leader. They want people to kind of be impressed by you, but your ancestors want you to know that that leads to a very lonely life. What else do we have? Follow the leader. So you need to take time to not always be the leader, but to follow others sometimes. I'm not much of a leader myself. I'm more of a follower, so I struggle in that aspect to take charge. So, but my older sister is someone who's very, like, leader number one, and she struggles that at her job that she's not the boss kind of thing. So maybe that's someone like you. You struggle in that aspect that you don't have all the power and you don't have all the being in charge. You don't have all the control. And that can lead to a lot of, like, anxiety, a lot of, like, even heart attacks sort of thing. Because you just get so worked up inside if you can't be like, oh, they're doing things the wrong way. My way's right. But sometimes you need to relax and realize that you can't always be in charge, and sometimes you need to step aside and follow someone else, because sometimes other ways are the correct way. Your way may be right for you, but it's not for everybody else. So you kind of need to let go of this control sort of issues that you have, because it can lead to a very lonely life. Firm foundation. And prosperity begins. So once you sort of, let go of being in control all the time, being that, that, like, muscly, like, leader type of person, you'll realize that you can lead to a more relaxed sort of life. Prosperity begins. You might find your soulmate sort of, when you let go of this control and this need to be number one, this need to be successful, this need to have people be impressed by you. And you need to let go of that a wee bit and just relax more and stop worrying about, these fruits of life sort of thing, that money sort of thing, and just relax. Just, stop being so uptight and so number one, because, prosperity will begin when you start to realize that you don't want to be alone, you don't want to be empty in that cave sort of thing. So we've got say yes. So kind of say yes to relaxing more, because it may, like with these hands here and these lovers sort of here, when you calm down a wee bit and you stop worrying all the time, it's kind of like when you want a relationship so bad and it's always on your mind, but it's when you kind of stop worrying all the time and just go with the flow that you kind of meet someone. So it may be when you stop trying to, control every situation, control what's going to happen in your life, that, the fruits will start falling, the goodness will start coming when you let go of so much control, when you start being a wee bit more of a free spirit kind of thing. Okay, so now we'll move on to group 3. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. Very, very pentacle-y, these cards. So, the Knight of Pentacles, I kind of see it as like the protector, the knight, the person who's, maybe the protector of the family, or someone who everybody kind of goes to because you're such a, loving, kind sort of person. You can see the horses just kind of trotting along quite calmly. So maybe you have an energy that's quite calm, quite docile, quite nice to be around. And then with the Six of Pentacles, you can see we've got the balancing. So, giving one to the one and giving those two in need. So I'm definitely getting the feeling you're kind of like the rock of the family, the person who's calm and loving natured, someone who's always there to help help the little guy, help those in need, someone who's very kind and calm and loving. Let's see what else we've got. Shaman, trust in the higher forces. So, although you're always someone who people look up to, you may struggle at times being that sort of rock, being that calm person, always having to, help others all the time, and you may get that feeling of no one's sort of helping you. So if you ever feel like in need, feeling down, you've got just trust in higher forces, trust in your ancestors, trust in those, above watching over you, because you seem like such a calm, kind, sweet soul that, they're watching you and they want you to succeed. We've got planets. So, stir up the situation by using an unusual example of be open to new ideas about, a different way of looking at, invent a way to, an unexpected change. So, it's kind of like maybe something as unexpected is coming in the future. I'm not picking up what looking at these cards straight away, but a different way of looking at life kind of thing. So you may be someone who's so sweet and so kind at the moment more, but you may also be in that place where you want more than that. You want to be more than that caretaker. You feel like you have to be the caretaker because no one else really is, but you want more in life. So it may be to start looking at life differently, to start changing things, to start doing things for you more. We've got making a choice. So you may have to make a difficult choice in the future. Do you stay doing what you're doing at the moment, or do you go out and do an unexpected change, a new way of life? It may be difficult, but I'm getting the feeling that, just do whatever's right for you. If you really feel deep down inside that you need to be that caretaker, you need to be that rock sort of thing, then you may choose this door. But if you really are in that situation where you feel so, depressed, and you feel that you just want a new life, you just want a new change, you want to do something different, then you may take that side. It's really up to you to sit down, make a choice, and work out what is good for you. We have movement, choices, decisions, and destiny. So it may be that you feel that you have to take this door, but it's your destiny to take the other. It's your decisions and choices are really impacting these cards. Something is definitely coming up. We've got choices, destiny, a new way of thinking. Something is definitely going to change in your life, and that's what your ancestors want you to know. Maybe this is a warning to you, because it may be like a crazy change that might have been so shocking if you didn't know before, and that's why you may have, came to this video, and your ancestors kind of like wanted you to click on this link to know that something crazy is happening. It's a big change. I'm not picking up what. I'm kind of feeling that, it may be, for some of you, you're just changing your life a bit, but for others, it may be a crazy big change that shakes your whole nature, shakes your whole world. We've got Clear the Fog as our last card. So that may have been how I was just talking about, like, that's what your ancestors wanted you to know. That's why you found this video. They wanted you to know to kind of clear the fog, to give you a wee bit of a warning that something crazy and something big is coming up, and your choice is going to impact and affect you forever. So if you've kind of got something going on that you think it may be, these cards are kind of telling you it is, and you need to, this is kind of a warning to give you a bit of thinking time to make a big decision that is going to change your life forever. Now we'll move on to group number 4. We have the 5 of Swords and the Moon. So 5 of Swords is normally like a battle. So maybe you're having a battle. Well, he's standing strong. He's got the light. So this may be you. And you see this dark figure in the back who's, down. He's lost kind of thing. So maybe you're having a battle with, inner demons, a battle with depression, a battle with an illness, a battle with someone who doesn't treat you well in life. And it's kind of like your ancestors want you to know that they're trying to shine light on you. They're trying to get you out of that situation. The moon is normally something like, inner, subconscious, like intuitive. So I'm kind of getting the feeling it's something inside of you that's sort of harming you at the moment. You've got this dark shadow again. So maybe, this is to say that it's something, inside of you that is, bringing you down, but your ancestors are shining a light on to help you battle this, inner demon, this whatever your inner demon is, if that's an illness, if that's depression, if that's something mental, or someone in real life that is just bringing you down to make your insides feel really depressed, just your inner demons kind of thing. Your ancestors are trying to help you. They're trying to shine a light. They're trying to really change the situation. We have Wise One. Grow within your current situation. So they kind of want you to know that the situation you're in at the moment is rough. It's quite hard for you. But it will help you grow within. You'll become wiser. You'll become stronger. You'll be someone who kind of, we've got the wise old owl. Just you'll have so much more knowledge because of this hardship that you're going through at the moment. It's definitely going to make you a stronger person. Let's see what's next. We have intuition to protect. Attitude from the past about. Resulting from the history of. And your feelings. Attitudes from the past about. Use your intuition. So we've got intuition here again in Cancer, and a very, feeling, emotional type of sign. So it's something, intuition to protect. So whatever it is that you have this kind of gut feeling about, it may be the correct answer. You know, you're a wise one. This current situation is just making you stronger, but it's got the past here, so it's definitely something in the past that may have affected you, and it's still currently affecting you. Whether that be illness from the past that you thought you got rid of, it may still be there, or you may have had I'm getting kind of a bad, like, father figure, because this woman is wise and strong. So that may be your mother. Your mother is a wise one. The mother is one you look up to. So it may have been you had in the past a bad, father sort of figure. He wasn't strong. He wasn't there for you. Maybe he had, earlier how I thought maybe sort of problems. Maybe he had, maybe a drinking problem, a problem with drugs, a problem with abuse sort of thing. And it's left you emotionally scarred. That's just for some of you that I'm picking up. We'll see what's next. Coming to life. So, like I said, grow with your current situation, because you're sort of coming out of it. Your ancestors want you to know there is a bright future, but you just need to heal from the past. Maybe go to counselling, maybe go to something that will help you emotionally heal. Because, you'll start to grow, you'll start to become a stronger person. We have fulfillment of wishes and disruption. So we've got this bad looking man here. So maybe with this disruption, he may come back into your life. If you're those who I was picking up on having a bad sort of father figure, he's gonna try and, attitude from the past. So the past may be coming back to sort of haunt you, kind of thing. But it's, it's up to you to sort of work out how you're going to react to that. But if you take a more positive light, fulfillment of wishes will come true. Or maybe that was your wish, was to kind of see this person again and ask why. Maybe that's sort of what you really wanted to know. But then we have, as our last card, start anew. So maybe this person is in your life at the moment, whether that be a father figure, whether that be a boyfriend or a husband. I'm definitely getting that it's a male, someone who is masculine in your life. It's just time to start anew. Your intuition is probably telling you this, but it may have been something that you kind of wanted to hide from. But I'm definitely getting the feeling that it's, taking a fresh start will fulfill your wishes and make your life so much better. Now we're on to our last group, Group 5. So we have 7 of Wands, stop twisting, and 3 of Wands. So 7 of Wands she looks kind of like staunch, kind of ready in battle, sort of angry kind of thing, trying to fight off these 6 other wands, these 6 other people, these 6 other whatever it is. So maybe a battle is beginning, maybe you're fighting something at the moment, it's a war sort of thing going on, you're really struggling at the moment. It feels like it's just you trying to battle all these different things in your life. And then with the 3 of Wands, we see the light, we see the ship coming to kind of rescue, but it's an older woman. So maybe this is kind of a battle that will last a long time, but just know, although whatever you're fighting at the moment, it will end. It may not end as soon as you hope for, but there will be a light, there will be the rescue coming, but it's going to take a long time that you'll be sort of alone, battling, fighting. We have Traveller, move in a new direction. So maybe there's been some place you want to go. Maybe that will kind of help this battle. Maybe you wanted to go overseas. You want to travel somewhere new, because I'm getting these maps kind of in the back. That it's definitely a move in the ship, shipping off to somewhere new. So maybe your ancestors don't want you to have this lifelong battle, and moving somewhere new will help you. Let's see our next card. Genius to experiment with, the discoveries of, resulting from eccentricity of your vision, what's new and different about, use an unconventional way. So, kind of thinking of something new, using your knowledge, doing something that's your vision, doing something new, but it may be some sort of way you didn't think. Maybe moving away is the correct answer. Maybe, just doing something totally different will kind of help fight these, demon-y type, or fight these negative energies in your life, so that you're not just this sort of woman trying to fight off alone. Our next card is Field of Dreams. So, whatever it is in your dreams that you feel is the correct answer, whatever it is you hoped and wished, this unconventional way, your vision here, it's something that you've always dreamed of. Maybe you've always dreamed of moving overseas, moving somewhere new, doing something new, taking a new direction in your life. Maybe that is the correct answer. We have spiritual strength and third eye chakra. So third eye is, of course, another intuition, another, dream, subconscious sort of thing. So whatever it is in your subconscious, your dreams, maybe when you were younger, it was something you wanted to do, maybe you should go off and do it. It will spiritually strengthen you, spiritually heal you, or you may have these sort of negative, demon-y type things that you're trying to fight by yourself at the moment, and you need to, try and open your third eye chakra, gain spiritual strength, do something in an unconventional way, maybe something you never thought of could help, kind of heal you spiritually, heal your inner soul. Let go and flow. So, fighting alone, maybe you don't realize that you have all these powerful sort of women in your life. There's a lot of women in these cards. So maybe you're stronger than you think. You can kind of just let go. You don't need to worry all the time, because the ship is coming. There's light at the end of the tunnel. It may not be the timing that you wanted, but it's coming, and there will be goodness in your life in the future, but you may be able to make it come sooner by doing things in a different way, letting go a wee bit, thinking in a new way, gaining spiritual strength, trying to achieve your dreams, and just getting the feeling that you kind of need to listen to your intuition more, listen to your dreams, think about what you wanted when you were young and a kid. Maybe that was to move somewhere. Maybe by travel it meant to, take a new direction, sort of thing. Just do something, whatever it was that you kind of dreamed about that you thought maybe you couldn't do, because maybe you can.